Now, if you live in Florida, you might have heard the story of the Deltona Xbox massacre. If you haven't, don't worry. I did some digging. Let's get into it. Now, this is Erin Bellinger, okay? She ended up moving to Florida with her boyfriend. And the thing about it is she was just coming down here to watch her grandparents' home while her grandparents were away on vacation. But when she got here, she realized that there were people living in the house. And those two people were Troy Victorino and Jerron Hunter, plus others. But the thing about it is, when they were asked to leave, they didn't leave. So one day, while they were gone from the house, Erin gets the police involved and have the sheriffs come out to the house to evict them. Now, the thing about it is, that pissed Troy off because Troy says he's part of the Latin Kings and now he feels disrespected and something has to be done about it. So this is where the story kicks off. Now, Troy and Jerron, they are the ringleaders of this whole situation, but these two other members, they were just brought in because they needed a little bit of help and they didn't like the boyfriend of Erin. Now, 2 days before the murder, these two end up getting a gun, all right? But they do like a weird drive-by shooting at some houses in the neighborhood, right? So they run out of bullets. So now they cannot use that weapon, all right, for these murders. So they need more weapons. So they go to the store to get some weapons. Now, there was a clerk at the Walmart in Daytona Beach, okay? And these four were in the store acting, wild, erratic, and they were being rude to everybody, but they were being really, really loud, all right? And she overheard the conversations that they were having, and they were literally describing what they were going to do and did inside of this house. Now, I read somewhere in a little weird article somewhere that she made a complaint to her managers about these guys and about what they were saying, and nothing happened. Now, I have to mention this because this is probably the most important part of this story. Troy Victorino is on parole, all right? And he just got out of jail. He just got on parole. And he ends up violating his parole around the time that this happened. And the thing is, his parole officer put in an order to get him arrested and could have arrested him the Friday before this happened. And he didn't because he has to file paperwork, and the paperwork didn't get to the judge until the following Monday. All of this could have been avoided if his probation officer would have just arrested Troy that Friday. Now, while they were in Walmart, they purchased a bunch of aluminum bats, okay? And they were planning to use these bats for this murder, all right? And the thing about it is that these two had no clue what they were going to do. They thought this was supposed to be just some scare tactic thing that they were going to go do just to get back some property that they wanted. But Troy, on the other hand, and Jerron, they had something completely different in mind. Now, August 6, 2004, those four guys ended up going to this house, kicking the door in, all right? And when they kicked the door in, they said that they were surprised because they didn't think that many people were going to be inside of the house. But it ended up being 6 people inside of the home. Now, the 6 people that were inside of the home were Erin and her boyfriend Flacco, plus 4 others, all right? These two were dating, and these were just 2 friends of everybody else. Now, when they kicked in the door, they did not hesitate, okay? They ended up murdering everybody inside of this home brutally, okay? They beat them with baseball bats and also stabbed them. And the thing about it is, there was a dog, and they ended up killing the dog as well. Now, this was a complete ambush. None of them inside of the house knew this was going to happen. They didn't think that they were going to come back. So they had no protection and able to protect themselves, okay? It was said that Flacco fought back a little bit, but just had no chance because they were all caught off guard. And the thing also about it is that Troy ends up assaulting Erin after she was murdered. And listen, man, I gotta just say this. Just hold on for the story for a second, all right? This got to be the creepiest, most unworthy of life having person on this earth for you to be able to beat somebody, stab them, and then assault them after they are passed away. That's wild. Now, all 4 of them get arrested almost immediately, all right? But the thing about it is that these two, especially this one, He already knew what time it was. So he cops out to a plea deal and tells the whole story. Now, when he was on the stand, he was very vivid with describing what happened, all right? But the reason why he wanted to tell this whole story, because all four of them, they are all looking at the death penalty. But he was like, look, we did this. I'm going to go ahead and cop this plea deal, and I'm going to tell y'all everything that happened so I could just save my life. But Troy, on the other hand, he's claiming that, look, y'all got this all wrong. Somebody trying to frame me. I think somebody stole my shoes and went in here and did this, because this was the evidence that they had of him. They had his shoe print, all right? So he was saying that, look, somebody stole my shoes and it wasn't me. But they weren't playing that. They knew he was the ringleader. They knew he was the one that broke into the house, started squatting in the house. He was the one that they evicted. He was the one that was in the Walmart, in the store, talking with these guys, telling them what they was going to do. He was literally the oldest one. He was the ringleader. And they knew that he made the statement about him being part of the Latin Kings. And the thing about it is, they didn't care about none of them what he was saying. Now, look, Jerron, he also got a plea offer to me, but he didn't take it, okay? And with him not taking it and actually going to trial, that left the death penalty on the table with him. And he didn't win that trial. So him and Troy both got the death penalty, and these two got multiple life sentences. Now, this is the crazy thing about this story. These two actually get their cases overturned, the two death penalties, and they're given a new trial, and they're actually waiting for a new trial right now today. So they're no longer on death row. They both have been on death row since 2006. Okay, that's when they got sentenced. So in 2016, I think they said both of their cases got overturned. So they now have a new trial, and they're both awaiting the new trial. Now, I also read, and I don't know how true this is as well, because there's a lot of articles on this, okay? A lot of people making up stuff, but there supposedly is new evidence from the crime scene, okay? And they're going to bring it up in the new trial, the defense. They're going to bring it up in the trial that might help their situation. I cannot, if this doesn't go well, there's going to be a lot of pissed people. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be following this case now that I know that they got a new trial, because I just found this out, that they got a new trial. So I'm going to keep y'all up to date. So the more you know. Peace.